Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you can click the subscribe button and stay for a while. I upload 3 times a week. Get ready with me, so shop my stash, try on new makeup. If it's beauty or makeup related, I will be posting it. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you can tell from the title of the video, today is a 3 looks, 3 palettes video. I got this idea from Angelica Nyqvist. She is the first person that I remember seeing doing this style video. Now of course Patty Bean is also doing these style videos, Rachel Palmieri, Ali Dawson. Like, it's a good concept, especially when you have a couple of eyeshadow palettes that you want to create eye looks with, but don't want to do just a dedicated video on one palette and having to do multiple videos. I hope that makes sense. Anywho, for today's video, the first eye look is going to be with the Fighter palette from Game Beauty. This is my very first purchase from the brand. I've been wanting to try this brand out. Finally did. Purchased this during the Black Friday sales. Cannot wait for you to see the eye look with this one. Second eye look is with the Odens Eye Rosy Jingle pastel take on Christmas. I decided not to purchase any from last year. For this year, I decided to just go ahead and treat myself and try at least one of the 2 that they launched for Christmas. Also, can't wait for you to see this eye look. And then for eye look number 3, I have already used this palette on my channel and I was going to wait for the new palette from Singe, Angelica's beauty brand, but it's not here yet. And also I think I want to do a dedicated video to that palette where I create multiple eye looks. So I decided to use the Fatally Yours 2 from Melt Cosmetics, the collab they did with Bailey Sarian. I did my review on this and the duochrome gel shadow, so I decided to include this palette in this video since technically I had only created one eye look. Here she is. Definitely a grungy palette. I feel like it's pretty basic and I'm okay with that. Okay, I am actually filming the intro on a completely different day because I totally forgot to film an intro for this video. So, okay, let me send you on over to first palette and the first eye look. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with this first eye look and first palette, and that is the Fighter palette from Fenty Cosmetica. This is actually my very first beauty item from this brand. I believe they also have perfumes and candles, maybe nail polish. Anywho, most of the beauty YouTubers I watch review Fenty Cosmetica. A lot of them used to purchase, but now they get the products in PR. Here is what the beautiful palette looks like. I took advantage of their Black Friday sales and purchased this with shipping and everything. I think it cost me about $30 to get this palette, which was not bad at all. Maybe it was 26, I don't know, but it was a good deal. So I took advantage, and then that way I can try out the brand, see what the quality is about, and when they have newer launches, decide if I want to purchase or not. Let's get started. I do have eye primer on. As you can see, I have my base down. Chanel Ultra Latent Foundation, BD31. Fenty Beauty, not the concealer, the under eye brightener. Milk Makeup Contour Stick. And I always link exact shades down below, by the way. Huda Beauty Blush Filter in Latte. For powders, I went into the Dolce & Gabbana pressed powder for my under eyes. RMS loose powder for the rest of my face. Cream blush, I went in to Refi Beauty. It was like the pinky one, I think Guava. I don't believe that's available on its own. And then for powder bronzer, I went in to the Chanel Glowy like face trio. It has the bronzer, blush, and highlighter. And then I'll tell you what I have on once I finish up the eye look. Okay, I have been intrigued by this brand for quite some time. Let's start with this tone, which looks like a black, but maybe it's like a charcoal, dark charcoal. Oh, like a dark charcoal that maybe has a slight purpliness to it. very pretty. Mini 15 from Rougher. Now this is a palette that it looks like it's pretty smoky. I was eyeing other palettes, but by the time I finally decided I was going to order something from Fantasy Cosmetica for Black Friday, the one I actually wanted was sold out. Okay. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful shade. Tiny bit on the lower lash line. Okay, now I'm going to grab the pretty mustard yellow Valor, and Warrior was that dark shade I used. Okay, this is like a fluffy brush from Alamar. I'm gonna use this on the edges to kind of blend out. I'm tapping first, and when I swatched that dark tone, I felt very creamy. Very creamy and soft, like velvet. Okay, this is what we're looking like, and now comes the hard part, and that is picking shimmers. I feel like they are all pretty, not grungy, but on the darker side of things. Let's start with, should I do let's start with Victory here. Oh yeah, it's a pretty, almost copper, orangey tone. NYX glitter glue is already on. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, it has, you can't see it on the camera, but different sparkles. Pink and maybe like a light purple lilac. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, and I think I'm gonna jump into this one. Since when I put it up like this, it looks like it's the lightest one. Okay. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Definitely pulling blue, but that's fine. Okay, my child is here. Hold, please. Okay. That looks so pretty. So I'm gonna go into this Cavalier, but I'm gonna mix some white from another palette into it so I can make it a tiny bit lighter. In this case, I'm going to use the new Huda Icy Nude because there is a white in there. So I'm dipping first into that gray blue tone, B2 from Blend Bunny, and then I'm dipping a tiny bit into the white. And that way, that tone looks a little bit lighter and a little bit brighter. And it is working out well because that shimmer looks blue. Okay, let me finish off and I'll be right back. All right, my lovelies, here is the full completed makeup. Let me tell you what else I have on my face. As far as powder, bronzer, which I think I already told you, I used the Chanel Glow Sun-Kissed powder. Medium Coral is the shade. I went ahead and used the blush and the highlighter in that palette as well. For mascara, I have on Anastasia and Hourglass mascara. Gucci brow pencil, Got to Be brow gel. For the lips, I have on Vive lip liner in Bark, and the new Maybelline Teddy Tint Current Mood is the shade I used. And that is it for whatever else is on my face. Here is the full completed eye look. I think the warmth of that mustard yellow and the coppery orange shimmer look so pretty against the blue. I mean, blue and orange are contrasting colors, so yeah, I actually am really loving this eye look. It's blue, but not too blue, you know? Okay. Well, that's going to be it for this first eye look with the Fighter palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. I will go ahead and send you off to eye look number 2. I don't know which one it's going to be. More than likely, well, Both Odens Eye and the Cinch Beauty palettes are on my way. I purchased one of the holiday palettes for this year. I think it's the more pinky leaning one. Looks like it has pink and like blue and yellow, almost like a pastel dream when it comes to winter. And then the Cinch Beauty palette. So whichever one gets to me first, that is what the second eye look is going to be. So yeah, let me send you on over. That'll be right now for you, but a different day for me. All right, my lovelies, we are going to get started with eye look number 2 with the second palette for this 3 looks, 3 palettes video. Let me tell you what I have on my face before we get started. I did put on the Makeup Forever HD Glow Foundation, mixed just a tiny bit of the RMS foundation. I always link exact shades down below. The Dior Forever Concealer, I purchased a new one, 2N, because the older one I have is a little bit too light, and also it's been reformulated, so it was time. That other one is being decluttered. You should be seeing that video before this one, I think. Milk Makeup Cream Contour, Huda Beauty Blush Filter in Latte for my cream bronzer, Dominique Cosmetics Cream Blush, powdered with the Dolce & Gabbana pressed powder for my under eyes, and the RMS loose powder for the rest of my face. I don't have powder bronzer or any other powder products on yet. Okay, so the Rosy Jingle from Odens Eye is the palette we'll be using today. They did launch 2 Christmas palettes this year. This is one out of the 2. The other one is a little bit on the silvery cool tone with red in it kind of vibes. This one, it's like a pastel muted kind of colorful Christmas, right? So I don't know, this one just called out to me a tiny bit more than the other one, and that's why I went for this one. I was on their website during Black Friday, decided to treat myself, and so I purchased this even though it wasn't on sale because it's a fairly new launch, but it's fine. But they did also launch 2 last year and then the year before that. Skipped last year. 2 years ago, I have only 1 out of the 2. The other one I ended up gifting in a giveaway. Okay, I have the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, and let's get started with an eye look. Okay, I think I'm going to do pink and yellow. That, for some reason, is calling out to me today. So we're gonna start with this pretty, almost fuchsia pink. Should I read the names? Rosy Jingle. This is a TF4 from Sonia G. Okay, and I'm going to tap this. Now, as you can tell, this palette doesn't have too much depth to it. I'm okay with that. I don't need a super dark outer corner shade. I'm fine when one is not provided, but not everybody is like that. You can very easily pull out a dark shade from a different palette and you should be fine. Okay, I'm tapping first. This pink is definitely giving a slight pastel formulation vibes, but it's definitely expected. I mean, it looks like a pastel dream inside the palette, and pastel tones are pretty, like you've got to work with them a certain way. So I am tapping first and not really blending, but as you can see, it's building up pretty nice. Okay, I am going to jump into this pinky tone here, Sweet Moments. This is an Alamar Fluffy Crease Brush. I'm just going to use this for the edges. And I'm tapping first and then I'll blend. Just with the tapping though, it's blending pretty nice. Can you see that? Beautiful tones together. Okay, NYX glitter glue is on, and now comes the decision of which shimmer to go for. First off, this one looks so pretty. I bet you this is going to be, oh no, it has so many shifts. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, pretty. Let me see how this yellow looks next to it. Oh, this one's like a topper. Doesn't even look yellow at all. Let me see this one. The super yellow, like almost gold yellow. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do this one and this one. So the pretty pan with all the different colors in it. NYX glitter glue is on. Gosh, I wish you could see. It literally looks almost like I'm looking into a mirror. That is how pretty that looks swatched. Okay. Okay, I didn't even tell you. Celebration Heart is the shimmer I went into. Now I'm gonna jump into the pretty yellow gold. Radiant is the name of this one. Okay. Doesn't look too gold. Okay, yeah. So definitely getting the pink and the yellow, which is what I wanted. Okay, now I'm gonna jump into this pastel yellow. Okay, now I'm gonna jump in to this pretty yellow here. Joyful. Looks like a very muted pastel, kind of mustardy. B3 from Blend Bunny. Okay. Can definitely make it lighter if I dip into a white, but no, I think that's bright enough. Okay, let me finish off and I'll be right back. All right, my lovelies, makeup is completed. Let me tell you what else I have on my face. I went into a good amount of Chanel products for today. I used the Sun-Kissed powder in medium coral, but only used the bronzer in this palette. It's the one that has like the 3 shades in it. Then I went into the cream to powder formulation in Rose Radiant for the blush. For highlighter, I went in to the Odens Eye highlighter that they launched with the Solomon collection. Warm Sunshine. I don't believe that tone for the highlighters is available still. I think the only highlighters available are the ones that came out with Solomon 2 a couple months ago. For mascara, I went in to the Hourglass and the Anastasia. Brows, I have on Dominique Cosmetics brow pencil, Got To Be brow gel mixed with the Melt Cosmetics brow gel. And then for the lips, I have on Vive lip liner in Bark and the Teddy Tint in Pinky Promise. Okay, but that's it. Here is eye look number 2 with palette number 2, Rosy Jingle from Odens Eye. So pretty. Almost reminds me of a flamingo. Okay, so this is a beautiful palette. I only used 5 shades in the palette, so I will definitely have to keep using this to get my full final thoughts on it. But it's the Odens Eye formulation that I'm used to. It had been a minute since I had bought a palette from Odens Eye. And the shimmers for sure are a huge standout. The mattes are also absolutely beautiful. I mean, you saw how easy those 2 pink tones blended into each other without me even really trying. It's a beautiful one. It's definitely a twist. I do feel like I've been seeing a lot of pastel tones when it comes to Christmas. It's not my vibe, but I've definitely been seeing it. So, okay. I hope you enjoyed the eye look. Let me know if you picked up any of the Christmas palettes that Odens Eye has launched within the past couple of years. Okay, let me send you on off to the 3rd eye look and the 3rd eyeshadow palette of this video. All right, my lovelies, we are here for the 3rd eye look with the 3rd eyeshadow palette for this video. I was going to use the, is it Galactic Visitor? I think that's the name of the palette from Cinch Beauty. But I feel like it's a pretty big deal. It's the very first eyeshadow palette from the brand. So I think I'm going to save that palette and do a separate dedicated review to just the eyeshadow palette for the brand. That way I can create multiple eye looks for that video. So I decided to pull out the Fatally Yours 2 palette because I only have done 1 eye look on camera with this palette. I purchased this along with the duochrome gel. My battery's low. So yeah, that's where we're going to use this one today. That way I can create a second eye look for you all if you did purchase this palette and you are looking for inspiration. Okay, it's a pretty simple palette and I feel like most of the eye looks are going to be kind of smoky, right? Yeah. Okay, let me tell you what I have on my face. I'm pretty sure it was different for every eye look. I went into the new reformulation of the Chanel Velvet Foundation. the Dior Forever concealer in 2N. Cream products, I went into the Milk Makeup Contour and the Say Beauty Liquid Bronzer. Makeup by Mario Strawberry Drip, I think is the name. It's like the Skin Enhancer formulation blush, cream blush, powdered with the Dolce & Gabbana pressed powder for my under eyes and the Melt and Universal Monsters powder for the rest of my face. MAC Paint Pot and Soft Ogre, and let's get started. I have an idea for the eye look that I want, and it's pretty much going to be black and gray, and I might add the gel, the duochrome gel, or one of the shimmers, not the red one, in the inner corner. So we are going to start with the pretty gray tone Smoke Mini 15 from Rephr. This is a very pretty palette, definitely not for everyone. You have to like these pretty bold and specific colors. I feel like if you can create a kind of neutral eye look, but it's going to be pretty dramatic no matter the look that you create. Just the combination of these tones that she picked. I think I'll leave it like this for now. Okay, yeah, definitely smoky. I don't use grays often, but I think that's a very beautiful tone of gray. I am going to jump into the black, which is called Noir, and it's black and French. And this is a mini 14, and I'm basically going to use this to deepen up the outer corners, pressing motions first. That way it doesn't turn into a mess. Black can definitely go south very quickly. All right, now that that's on, I'm gonna jump into the Melt Duochrome Gel. Is there a name for this one? Tempt. And I'm gonna attempt. This is a brow definer, but it's like a flat angled brush, MY39 from Danessa and my Kid Coat, and I'm gonna try and do a liner with this duochrome. Wish me luck. You'll probably only see a portion of it, and then I'll show you how it turned out. Hopefully okay. And I'm probably going to do pressing motions just because I don't want to disturb anything that I have underneath, and I'm going to work slowly. I'm picking up very small amounts at a time. You can't even see it, and just pressing. Okay, here is what it looks like. And I did have to switch brushes. I went in to the angled MY38, which is just like a super tiny angled brush. And I mostly did dabbing motions. There's no way that I could have drawn it. There's just no way. This is a pretty chunky gel. And also you got to be careful because it will lift the product underneath. Not completely, but it does little by little lift it up. I was able to get everything down without disturbing the eyeshadow underneath, which is perfect. Now we're gonna jump in to the palette again. And I think since I have the duochrome, I'm gonna use this in my inner corner, which is Kitty. It's like an off-white. I see a tiny bit of gray in there, but it does not say that it has gray. It just describes it as an off-white. But I feel like I do see a tiny bit of gray. This is a precision lip from Moda Pro. And I think I'm going to bring it all the way to where I connect the lower lash line. All right, my lovelies, here is the full completed third eye look with the third palette for this video. Let me tell you what else I have on my face. For eyebrows, I went in to the Refi Beauty Brow Pencil, Refi Beauty Lamination Brow Gel, and mixed the Got To Be Gel with it. For bronzer, I went in to the Chanel Sunkissed Glow Powder Coral Medium and only used the bronzer from the compact. And I did mix the Melt Cosmetics bronzer in Santa Barbara with it. For blush, I started with the Haus Labs Fire Moon, but I felt like it was looking a tiny bit too warm. So then I went into this palette from Chanel and used a tiny bit of the pink. This is the eyeshadow and blush palette in Enchanted Night. For highlighter, I went into the Dior Glow Face palette, the newest one they launched, that has the pink, the orange, and the blue. And I used the blue highlighter as the face highlight, but I used that white glittery one for my brow bone. Lips, I have on Oak from MAC Cosmetics, and one of my current favorite lipsticks from Wicked Widow Beauty in Graveyard Dirt. Such a beautiful nude taupey, just love it. And I think that's it. Oh, mascaras, Anastasia and the Hourglass Mini I have. So here is the third and final eye look for this video. I think it's smoky but doable. Touch of glam with the eyeliner. I'm loving this. I am loving this. It's what I envisioned. Not exactly, but it's pretty close. I am truly enjoying this Bailey Sarian palette. I did hesitate to purchase it just because these aren't colors that I normally gravitate towards too. Maybe the taupey shade, but like I don't wear reds often. And you already know how I feel about black. I don't need one in every palette. I am okay with not having a black at all. Grays I use from time to time, but I do feel like they don't look all that great against my skin tone. I feel like they do age me just a tiny bit. I'm enjoying the simplicity of this palette because I feel like with all of the special tones that we're getting with the indie brands, when we were creating eye looks, we have so much in front of us that we want to use as many tones as we need to. And I feel like this palette from Bailey Sarian, it's bringing you back to basics. You pick two tones, you put them on, maybe a shimmer or no shimmer like I did where I have negative space, and you're done. You know, I'm actually enjoying this a lot more than I thought I was going to. Okay, that's it. Those are the 3 eye looks with 3 beautiful eyeshadow palettes. I hope you enjoyed all of the eye looks, and I will definitely keep using all of these eyeshadow palettes. I'm pretty sure this is only my second time using this, so it's still fairly new to me. So I would definitely keep using them so that I know 100% how I feel about each one the next time I mention it or feature it in one of my videos. All right, my lovelies, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. All the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it truly all just means the world to me. Don't forget to let me know which eye look is your favorite. I would also love to know if any of these palettes you purchased, are thinking about purchasing, decided to skip, whatever the case may be. Let me know down below. I love conversing with you all in the comments section. With that being said, do not forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye.